Hello guys, DK here, and today's day 7 of my gold making week. So today I'm going to show you how I get rid of all my items I have in here. I have a lot of BoE's and I want to get rid of them in a reasonable way so I make gold, but obviously not set stuff on AH where it has a low profit. So let's say items like this one and this one. Well, it's 100 gold each, but I could vendor them and it would take much less effort, and I'm not sure they'd sell because I don't really know how they look. You can take a look at it. It's a golden maze with some green in it, but I'm not sure anyone uses this for any transmog, and it's not really worth it to put it up on the AH. It could be there for a long time. You could not sell it. But an item like this one, you can see 400 to 1k gold, and yeah, this one, it could be used for transmog, but it has the potential to sell for a lot more than its vendor or its disenchant options. So today you can see here I have actually put this in a group and set some operations to it because I've cheated a bit. I'm not gonna do this on the fly because I've been working on this for about 1.5 hours, 2 hours. So I'm just gonna show you the settings that I made instead of making them right here. So what I've done is I've gone into the destroying and I've set a threshold of our custom price of transmog, and I've also ticked this above vendor sell price. This just makes sure that you don't destroy items that's more worth selling to a vendor. So the transmog custom price source is in here. You can take it from here. Bug me if it's not in the description. I should put it there. So next up is the vendoring. Now this is actually not the vendoring you should set. This is just the default one I've made because it makes sure that you don't quick sell any items that's more worth to put on AH or destroy. So this is just a failsafe for the quick sell operation. But let's see, I think there's something in your batch size. You should set this to 12 because you don't want to sell items without the chance of being able to buy them. We buy them back, whatever it's called. So this is just a failsafe. You could set it to 100, it'll cause some lag and stuff like that. Keep it at 12. But the actual thing I've done is in here in BoE's, and I've just made a subgroup called DE because it's like, hey, check if it's disenchantable. So I've added all of these items, and you might notice that there's Howling Axe and then Howling Axe of whatever. This, you don't need the Howling Axe base item because you're not able to get this. You do, however, need the something of the wolf, of the aurora, of the savage. And the way you get this item, let's try to remove these 4 items. So remove them and they're no longer. So you can see I have them right. What's the other one? Don't I have the other one? Oh, it's weird. Let's remove this too. So you can see these are of the something out here. These are the ones that you need. Now, the way I got the other ones in here is by removing checking this option. So it only shows the default one. The default one is not really gonna be worth it to have in the group unless you're doing some very specific stuff with crafting. But you really need this one. I just usually add the both options for this because then I'm safe for both of them. But I usually keep this unticked because that's really what you want to be doing. So in the operations, I've used the transmog. This is the same one we used for the Molten Helm that I also have in here. We should actually, no, let's do that later. So what I've done with the vendoring is I've added this operation called DE. We should rename this, but yeah, I haven't done that yet. But what this does is it sells everything you have with 0 expires. This means that it will always try to sell it if these options are correct. Now these options are very confusingly set up. This is basically, well, if this destroy or transmog is equal to or exceeds the amount listed in here, then it does not sell the item. this is mind-boggling to me, at least, how they could set it up this confusing. But just use my operations, use my values in here. It's really the best setting I've done so far. The 10 here, this is a modifier to make sure that there's some amount of profit to be made from it. So we sell these items not really worth keeping, but we keep this item that's worth keeping. And you can basically change it to whatever. You could 42 would work. You can set it to 12.75. It doesn't really matter. Set it to whatever you want. You can also use some other method of getting this value, but I've just set it at 10 because it's really simple this way. So let's check whether it will sell anything, and let's just quick do some calculations. So it sells stuff, and you can see, oh, 12 items sold. So let's say, well, 23 gold times 10 is equal to 230. That's more than the transmark value at 152. So it sells the item, and this is the same for every single one of these items. And I believe there's even more to sell. Now this one should preferably be kept because, well, we want to sell this. So let's sell another one. There's no more. Alright, fine. Yeah, there's no more. So 12 items worth selling. So now we go and put up the rest on the AH and check if there's anything of value. This one should preferably get up. Yeah, there you can see it was the first item to get up. And a lot of other items. This one also very important. This, of course, 27 would need to be multiplied by 100 to give 2,717. Well, around that number. But so this is not sold, and same with this one. You can do the calculation. This calculation is, wait a second. Okay, weird. This should have been sold. I don't want to keep this item. I really don't. I don't want to sell it. Does it set it up? Yeah, it sets it up on the AH. I don't know why it does that. My temp value currently is set to just DB market, so that's strange. Well, not, oh, I just posted it. Let's take that down and I'll see what I can do with this, so be right back. Alright, so I found the reason this isn't getting sold to the vendor. This is because the vendor price is lower than the disenchant value, and this is the security we've set here. So the reason I'm not getting this, as you can see in the destroying options in here, I've set the price to the transmark. I should I set it in here? No, this is not going to do this. But well, the transmark would this transmark option in the destroying tooltips, it would have set it in a destroy window that the trade skill master can do, but I don't have disenchanting, so that's why, see, I have leatherworking and skinning, so that's why it's not put in that window. But my molten helmet and the other sword there that we decided was worth auctioning. Let's see, these two, the sword right here and the molten helmet, these would not have been put in the destroying window. So let's just check. Yeah, you really need to do this from your disenchanter, because they would have the destroying option come up. You destroy everything you can, you would profit from, you disenchanted, and then you would sell the rest of that to the vendor if it's worth it. Well, yeah, no. The other way around, sorry about that. You would first get all the BoE's, then you would sell the ones that you would use the operation to sell the ones that's not worth disenchanting or putting on the auction house. Then you would destroy the rest in the destroying window, and then you would put the leftovers on the AH for profits. So you really need to do this on a enchanter. We can see this one probably not worth it either, and this one probably not worth it either. This one might be worth it. could be worth it. But yeah, so you really need to do that specific order for this to work, probably. So yeah, that's it for today. It was a little bit longer video than I expected because of that little goof up with disenchanting. I really wish I had a champion. No, champion. Is this League of Legends? No, I really wish I had a character with disenchanting to show this on, so you could see it in full action. Yeah. So thanks for watching, and this is the last video in this 7-day period series. If you have any requests, I could do a video on that, but so far this is it for me. DenserDK signing off.